AI is going to wipe out a whole load of coaches and consultants and experts because a lot of them are sharing generic tips that people can find from ChatGPT. If all you're doing is what ChatGPT can do, you are toast. But you don't need to panic because there is a future for experts, coaches, and consultants as long as they become irreplaceable. So if you scroll LinkedIn, any kind of social feed these days, and look at what coaches, experts, and consultants are sharing, it's very samey. It's very kind of surface level content. There's no original angles to it. There's no perspectives to it. It's just saying the same old thing. I mean, if I see another post about imposter syndrome, I'll probably give up the will to live. So why is this happening? Well, for many, they're not really clear on what is the specific problem they solve. And so their content tries to hedge. Their message tries to hedge across multiple problems. And what that does, and if you think about it, AI already does that really well. AI does generic coaching, generic imposter syndrome really well. But when you get into specific circumstances and situations, AI can't do that. And it will be a long time before AI can actually get into those complex, nuanced situations and circumstances. And this is where even more in the age of AI, as it progresses, the riches are going to be in the niches. AI can't help a CEO who's struggling with imposter syndrome, who's leading a large startup with investor pressure, because it doesn't have enough data or experience or training data to be able to work on that. So it will give out generic advice. So the real threat to you from AI is not that AI will replace you outright. It's that you become your message is no better than AI's generic stuff. You've got to get really specific and nuanced, drill down to a persona, surface level expertise, stuff that other coaches are sharing, stuff that's already on Google is over. And so if you do that and you continue to do that, you are going to end up in a situation where AI will come for your lunch. You will have, if you think about it, why would somebody not ask AI for generic answers on your topic? But when it comes to applying them to their situation, to their business, to their lives, that's where the nuance and the complexity comes in. And so if you're an expert coach or consultant, you can't just keep hedging your bets saying, I'll help 3 different personas. I could solve this problem and I could be in this area, in this area, in this area, trying to hedge yourself across the industries. Because what you do is you hedge your message. You try and make your message fit 3 different areas, 3 different problems. And so you become uninteresting to your audience because you're not quite landing with them, but also you're no better than ChatGPT because ChatGPT can give out that kind of generic catch-all advice. So the real problem here is you're afraid to actually focus on one problem and one target audience. You're afraid because what if you pick the wrong one? And I want you to reframe how you think about this, because the biggest threat to you is, what if you don't pick at all? AI will come for you. Yeah. If you've got by so far with, referrals or whatever, AI is going to eat your lunch because a lot of the basic stuff it's going to be able to do. So you need to really get over that fear of what if I go in this direction with this persona and this offer and I miss an opportunity over here. Yeah, you can't have that grass is always greener on the other side approach to business. So if you do that, if you keep hedging, AI will get you. If you go really into one area that AI can't touch because there's not enough training data, and you get really into those specialized problems, number 1, you can command higher fees. Number 2, you can market more clearly. Number 3, your content can become specialized. And we, as Gary Vee said, we are no longer in the era of social media. We're in the era of interest media. What does that mean? Well, your platforms are now all governed by AI. They're watching what we're doing, they're studying what we're paying attention to, and instead of it being about followers, they're now going, Dean's interested in imposter syndrome for CEOs of growing companies in this sector. This content is probably going to be relevant to him, so I will share that content to Dean. This allows you to compete without having a big following, huge audience, huge engagement, because it will be about how relevant your content, your message is to that audience. It will no longer be about how many followers you've got. So AI can actually make it more profitable for your business. But if you do what AI does and provide generic advice that could apply to multiple people, multiple personas, why would people not use AI? It's cheaper, it's easier. They don't need to invest time in it. They can do it from their phone. They don't need you. An app will replace you. So look at the complexity, look where there's lack of training data, look at where there's high value, high stakes problems and go all into them, and you'll become AI proof, irreplaceable, and you will stand out from everybody else in your niche or in your industry that does what you do.